Hi, and welcome to this installment of theMyersWay.com, telling you what you need to know and oftentimes, perhaps, what you don't want to hear. This one is, I assure you, this one is not going to be browbeating about things you don't want to hear. It's about where should you incorporate. Look, you can go online, everyone's going to tell you the same things. I'm going to give the backstory. What you're going to read is your state, Delaware, maybe sometimes Nevada or Wyoming, and sometimes you might even read the Cayman Islands. Let's get rid of the Cayman Islands right now. If you're thinking about that, that is beyond the scope of what we're going to talk about here. So basically, let's just stick with Delaware or your state. So here's the backstory. Whichever one you pick, if you pick Delaware and you're in another state, remember, you still have to be incorporated in your state. It's called, you have to qualify as a foreign corporation doing business in your state, and you're going to pay the same fees as you would if you incorporated there. You're basically paying twice as much. Delaware can get a little more complicated for startups, but it's a real, again, question of who are your investors, when are they coming on board, and where do they live, and how sophisticated are they? If you're, for example, let's pick Missouri. I spent a lot of time in Missouri, and I think I still actually have a Joplin, Missouri library card. So there I am, I'm in Missouri, and it's going to take me a while to get going, but obviously I want to get my corporation set up right at the beginning. And you know what? There's a number of angel groups in the area. They're going to be my folks for the next couple years. And you know what? They're going to be very happy with Missouri law. They're not going to say, go to Delaware, Steve, go to Delaware. But if all of a sudden I realize, well, yeah, but I used to spend years in New York, and that's where I'm going to get my investors, and I'm going there, they're going to want me in Delaware. So what I want, like I said, you can read a lot of this online, but what I want you to take away are basically two things. Number one, you got to remember, if you pick Delaware or some other state where you're not really residing, where your headquarters are, some other state, you're going to have to be incorporated in your state where your headquarters are and where you're doing business too. Again, you'll be doing that as a foreign corporation. And the second thing is, and I don't want to ever hear this again, I'm going to Nevada because I'm going to save a lot of taxes. Well, you know, it doesn't work that way, of course, unless, one, you live in Nevada, and number two, your distribution, your headquarters, all of your employees happen to be in Nevada. Sure, there's a lot of tax savings for Nevada, and you get some of the same benefits you get in Delaware with regard to protection of the corporate entity per se. So I think that's enough. You just got to know the backstory, and you've got to remember to incorporate in your state also as a foreign corporation doing business in your state if you've gone to Delaware. I think that's enough for now. It's a really short story, and it's a short and quick lesson, but it's important that you understand the backstory. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.